How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping out another video. Right, guys, this is some story in the Daily Mirror. It's about Stephen Lawrence murder suspect Jamie Acourt, who was battered in prison. I always take these stories with a pinch of salt, guys, but there's probably an element of truth in there somewhere. I'll put a link in the description below, like I always do. Headline reads: Stephen Lawrence murder suspect Jamie Acourt battered in prison. Jamie Acourt, 42, was punched by Tyrone Archer days into a drugs conspiracy sentence at HMP Wandsworth in South London. Stephen Lawrence murder suspect Jamie Acourt was punched in prison just days into a drugs conspiracy sentence. Acourt was punched by a black inmate at HMP Wandsworth in South London on Wednesday. He was jailed last week for 9 years for masterminding a £4 million drug smuggling plot. The 42-year-old was one of a gang suspected of the murder of Stephen, aged 18, at a bus stop in Eltham, southeast London in 1993. He was punched to the ground as he was ready for exercise with another inmate at Wandsworth on Wednesday morning. A source reportedly said the attacker was Tyrone Archer, 39, from Croydon in South London. Then there's a picture of Jamie Acourt, and there's also a picture of Tyrone Archer. The source told The Sun, Archer grew up in South London. He was 13 when Stephen Lawrence was murdered. It's not too hard to see why he might want to have a pop at Jamie Acourt. Archer is reported to have refused to reveal the motive for lashing out, and he's been put on report by governors. Acourt did not require medical treatment, it is understood. A prison service spokesperson said, a prisoner at HMP Wandsworth has been put on report after punching a fellow inmate on the 12th of December. Jamie was wanted by police, fled to Spain where he was living under the alias Simon Alfonso until his arrest in May. Acourt was arrested in Barcelona and admitted conspiracy to supply cannabis charges. Jamie and his brother Neil, also serving time for the drugs conspiracy, were previously arrested after the fatal stabbing of an 18-year-old Stephen in Eltham in 1993, but both have always denied any involvement. The Acourts call themselves the Eltham Crazed, as they led the gang accused of killing Stephen, 18, but always denied involvement. Neil Acourt and Luke Knight were charged with a murder in 1993, but they were identified by Dwayne Brooks, who was at the bus stop with Stephen when he was killed. The charges were later dropped. In 1994, Stephen's parents, Doreen and Neville, launched a private prosecution against Dobson, Knight and Neil Acourt, who all denied murder. In 2012, Gary Dobson and David Norris were convicted of Stephen Lawrence murder and jailed for life. However, Scotland Yard has continued to investigate the rest of the students' killers. Obviously, Stephen Lawrence was obviously a black male who was tragically killed. It's believed because of the colour of his skin, which is just disgusting. Obviously, a black inmate being in prison with Jamie Acourt, and it sounds like he was in the gym, and he's lashed out a couple of times at him. Black inmate attacking a white man who was one of the people who was alleged to have been involved with the murder of Stephen Lawrence. So you can see the motive there. Obviously, that's probably the reason behind it, because unless they've known each other or something, or they've done business, or they're enemies. But I'm more inclined to believe it's a black inmate trying to get some retribution for the late Stephen Lawrence. Prison, very volatile, very dangerous, guys, and like I say, people will take exception. Some people won't, some people will. Some people, prisoners, have got very strong morals, and they will do what they have to do. They'll do what they think is right in the circumstances and stuff. I don't like racism in any which way. I've got a mixed race brother and sister, actually, same dad, different mum. It's widely accepted that Stephen Lawrence was targeted and attacked because of his skin colour, which is just fucking stupid and just mindless and just wrong on so many levels. God bless Stephen Lawrence, may he rest in peace. Yeah, I don't really know what to say anyway. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to put a link in the description below like I always do. Let me know what you think about the story. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.